What's going on, guys? So this isn't your normal Commish podcast. No Chris, no Eric, and we got video.
We do.
We brought on a new, actually not even new, we brought on a producer, an editor, in order to help us get this video out, and it's actually Desmond's girlfriend.
I mean, let's be honest. No one asked me about this before it happened.
Well, because we don't care about your opinion.
I mean, yeah, no, it's great. I mean, she doesn't either. That's why it was great to bring her on. I mean, you know.
See, we all have something in common.
It's great. You know, it's lovely.
So the main reason about this podcast or episode that we are doing right now is Desmond is getting his first lick of Dynasty drafting. And now, for whoever doesn't know what Dynasty Draft is, go check us out on the Commish Dynasty podcast, where our boys Brian and RJ give good insight and good takes on how to draft in the Dynasty realm. Now, it's obviously not like your redraft, and Desmond's getting firsthand on that. It's definitely a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, no, 200%. I mean, you guys might think I'm drafting like a rookie, but we'll see when the season starts, and we'll see when all this happens.
Yeah, of course.
All right. I mean, we'll see what happens.
So let's give a little background on this this draft we're doing. It's a Superflex 12-team Superflex tight end premium, and now the rookie picks are in this draft, but they're considered. What do you call it? Kickers.
Kickers, yep.
So if you draft a kicker, that means you drafted a rookie pick, and now it doesn't mean that you're drafting, let's say, Najee Harris, ETN. It just means that you have, let's say, I draft a kicker in the second round, and it's the first kicker of considered the rookie draft. You technically now have the 101 of the rookie draft. So, like I said, go check us out on the Dynasty podcast. Our boys Brian and RJ give great insight. Now, Desmond, you sold your soul.
I did.
To the Devils.
I did.
Brian and RJ.
Did. So, all right. So, little to my knowledge, I didn't really sell so much to Brian.
You're right. The worst one, RJ.
But RJ, listen, he played me. He got me good. Okay, he got me good. I looked a little silly, but you know what? It's fine because I came into this league and I was like, I'm gonna try something. Okay. And it's my first time. I'm not playing it safe. Like,
damn right you didn't.
F it. I'm going all in.
Yep.
I'm literally all in.
Yep.
So far in that I had 3 first-round draft picks and did not pick again till the 7th round. Remind you people out there, the 7th round, it was a 2-day wait. I waited 48 hours. 48 hours to have another pick. I want to quit already. 48 hours I had to wait for another pick. Oh, man, I was flustered. But I came with the mindset, I was like, you know what? I'm going to finagle the bagel, and I'm getting as many first-round picks as possible.
You got 3.
And I got 3,
which is considered a lot.
No, I mean, so that's what kept me going.
Of course,
through rounds, 2 to 6.
Yeah,
it's like I was like, all right, the other 2 players I drafted in the first round, you can't get anywhere else but the first round. That's what kept me going. Okay, and so if you listen to that home, I had the 4th overall pick. I went Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
Looking back on that, I might have taken that back because it is super flex.
Of course.
And you were there when I was in deep conversation with Eric.
Yep.
Okay, and I threw everything at Eric's way. I wanted his pick bad.
Yeah.
Okay, because he had the 6th pick. So he was coming up bang, bang. I wanted Deshaun Watson tremendously.
Yeah.
I like, come home to Papa.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he got adopted to another family similar to how, it worked out in the movie Annie.
He
whatever.
Went to Eric's team. Eric drafted him.
Eric drafted him, sadly. I feel bad for him. The same situation with Eric's team is gonna, like him in Houston. It's him with Eric's team now. Mm-hmm. So whatever. I moved on. So then I grabbed the best available wide receiver, Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Remind you, CMC, he's only 25. Devontae is 28. Whatever, but he's Devontae. He's an animal. Then I needed a quarterback. So I had now the 11th pick in the first round. I went Lamar Jackson.
So now I'm going to hold you there. What did you give up as far as Devontae Adams pick and the Lamar Jackson pick? So now this goes a long way into why you didn't draft until the 7th round.
Correct. So I jumped gun. I really did. So I was in the process of like, I need this first. I need it.
Yeah.
So I was in talks with Brian. Brian was playing hard to get.
He always does.
But RJ sent me a trade, and it's funny because I wasn't going to admit this until the pod. Until we're like, all right, we're going to do a pod.
Oh, no.
So I was looking at, and I was trading with Pat, I believe. I believe it was Pat.
Pat?
I think it was Pat. I don't know. Let me take a look here.
Probably is Pat.
What's
kind of crazy is Pat's the type of kid. Pat literally told me he wasn't going to trade, and then he trades his entire team.
All right. So correction. So I did trade with Brian.
Okay, what was it?
I traded my second and third round picks for the 11th position in the first round.
Okay, so 111. All right.
So two and 3 are gone.
Okay,
they're gone. So that I then wanted the 12th picks, the last pick in the first round. So I traded that away for, I believe it was my 4th and 6th round pick.
For the 112.
For the 112.
With Taylor.
With Taylor.
Okay.
So in the midst of all these trading for the first round picks, I quickly see from RJ a trade that involved just my 5th round pick.
Yeah.
All I seen was first round, second round. I neglected to read 2022.
Oh, no.
And I instantly, like when I say it was like bang, bang.
Oh,
an instant just, I didn't even know you could trade 2022 picks. Okay?
Oh.
I just immediately just bang, bang.
So wait, this was the 105. You gave up your own 105.
No, I gave up my 5th round.
Oh, my God.
4th pick in the 5th round.
Desmond.
I gave it up. I know.
You messed everything up.
Yeah, you say that now until I have half of 2022's picks. I mean,
oh my God.
It did. It hurt a little bit. But then I was like, it's just a 5th rounder. It's just a 5th rounder.
No, it's not just a 5th rounder. Because once those guys smell blood, they're like sharks.
Oh, they were.
No shit.
They were.
They kept on coming back for you.
They did.
You were good meat.
They did. Luckily for me, I didn't trade with Brian or RJ ever again. Ever again. Me and you got some trades, but they were even trades. I gave you some late rounders. You gave me a 9th.
And what's actually kind of funny is I fucked up on your trade.
What did you do?
So you remember that 7th
I was going to say, did you not want to give me that 7th rounder?
I didn't.
Dude, I thought it was too good to be true, but I wasn't going to question it.
No. So the way I looked at it, for some reason, I looked at it quick. I did the exact same thing you did. I looked at it, I'm like, a 4th for a 7th. Yeah, that's easy. That's a no-brainer.
Yep.
So I press accept. I'm like, wait a second. Desmond doesn't have a 4th round pick.
Yep.
So I'm like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Because now I wasn't picking for the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah.
Because I had to make some moves in order to trade up, which it kind of helped in my favor. I think I did a pretty good job on trying to weave my way up to make some, like the 3rd pick of the second. So I ended up getting 2 second-round picks.
Yeah.
So it kind of helped me with that. I got Dak and A.J. Brown, so that was kind of a good start.
Those are good picks.
With Justin Herbert.
And you purposely jumped in front of Chris.
Yeah, of course.
To grab A.J. Brown.
I did.
That was a lovely sight.
You like that?
Yeah, just because Chris was taking too long to draft. I loved it.
Not even that. Chris loves A.J. Brown.
He does.
Loves him. Would give the world for him.
See, now that's how I felt with Deshaun, but now I feel like me and Deshaun, we're not on talking terms anymore.
Really?
Yeah, we're not on talking terms. Unless he actually goes to the Jets in real life, we're not on talking terms.
So, let me ask you a question. The next time that you do a dynasty draft, what's your strategy going in?
See, now it's tough because I got to see how this plays out. I like my team right now. I do like my team. If there's one thing I could change, I will definitely pay attention and keep my 5th round pick. I can tell you that. But giving up 2, 3, 4, I didn't mind that because I had 3 first-round picks.
Yes.
You're not getting those 3 guys anywhere outside of the first round.
Of course, but do you think that the value in which you are getting because right now you'd get 2/3 and 2/4, right? And now you're getting an RB, or 2 wide receivers, whatever the case may be. Do you think those 2 guys could equal the value of, let's say, Devontae Adams or even a Lamar Jackson, not only what they produce on the field, but also their youth and experience. So that's my thing, is that so I drafted high to get a second pick because Dak was still on the board, and then I drafted to get A.J. Brown because I needed a pretty good wide receiver. But now that I think back, but honestly, my love for Justin Herbert is through the roof.
Yeah, that was weird.
I love Justin Herbert.
You took him over Deshaun. That was crazy.
All right, so let's think about it. He's 23 years old.
Deshaun's 25.
Okay, but still. Herbert's 23 years old, actually 22 years old, and he's on an offense that just throws the ball whenever they want.
Yeah, you're right.
But regardless, my heart was towards Justin Herbert. Now that I think about it, I probably would have sold that 105 and did exactly what Brian and RJ did. The amount of picks that those guys had, they had 10 picks to my 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had... I think RJ has the entire, he has 3 first-round picks of the rookie draft.
Yeah.
He has, the 104, the 105, and, the 108.
Yeah.
So you're thinking Najee Harris, ETN, Kyle Pitts, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, or even Chase, Devontae Smith. So now that I think back, but honestly, I ended up with Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, and A.J. Brown. So it wasn't too bad of a hit, But Desmond sold his soul to the devil. Everyone's pissed about it. Me, Eric, Chris, Josh.
I mean, honestly, and no one gave me a fair warning. Well, I was thrown to the wolves.
You were thrown to the wolves.
Draft started an hour after I was thrown to the wolves.
Yeah.
No one warned me about the 2 main wolves of RJ and Brian. Okay, I get that they're the dynasty. I get that. I listen to their podcast. I favor and retweet all their tweets. It's great and all, but until you actually experience the draft, you don't understand what they're actually tweeting and talking about until you're actually doing the draft.
Yeah.
And I was, fresh meat right in the fucking Shark Tank. I was right in, right in there. I couldn't swim out. I couldn't
breathe.
I go to you and Eric to help me, and you guys are laughing at me. You guys think it's a game.
One had him by the head, the other one had him by the ass.
This was crazy. But you know what made me feel good was after I drafted Lamar, Brian was hitting me relentlessly, and I'm like, that was a great pick. I was like, that was a great pick.
Well, no, so Brian, once he loves a player, he loves Tua.
Yes.
Loves Tua. I don't know why, but he loves Lamar. I'm glad that you didn't give up what he was asking. Because, bro, think about it. You gave up, what'd you give up for that 112?
For the 112, I gave up 2 and 3.
A 2 and a 3. So, I wouldn't have expected anything less than a 2 and a 3 if I were you.
Yeah.
Right? What was he asking? He was asking for 23rds and 22s.
Yeah, he was asking some crazy stuff.
I'm glad that you stood your ground, but if you really wanted him that bad, I would have kept on sending the 2s and 3s and probably threw in a 10th.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm glad you stood your ground. However, you did not stand your ground because you got your ass reamed by the...
But then it wasn't too bad either because then come the 7th round, I had 3 picks all in a row in the 7th round.
Yep.
Thanks to you. Thanks to Josh. I had them right in a row.
Yep.
So that lucked out.
Yep.
I grabbed Juju.
Yep.
A lot of people weren't too fond of Juju, but I see there's a lot of upside. He's 25. He's young. After Juju, I grabbed Chris Carson.
Yep.
Dude's an animal. I mean, I felt it was no brainer. And then I grabbed Carson Wentz because I needed another quarterback.
That's a good pick. Yep.
I mean, and at that time, he was the best available.
Yep.
He was the best available. Following that, I mean, I had 1 pick in the 8th.
Yep.
I went Adam Thielen. I went with a nice vet wide receiver. He might not be on my team for long, but he's there.
Okay.
He's there, nonetheless. Then again, I had 1 pick in the 9th.
Yep.
Took James Conner. I mean, ever since then, I just had 1 pick every round.
Yep.
So I mean, and I'm sitting here and. Trust me, I mean, I'm sitting here on the app and I'm telling everybody, hurry up, pick, so I just want to pick. But then my pick comes and I'm just thinking hard.
You have no idea what to do.
Yeah, right. And I'm thinking hard and I end up picking completely out of a different position than what I was thinking of. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go running back here. And I'm like, I pick a wide out or I pick a tight end. That's just how it is.
Yep.
But I don't know. I'm having a good time.
So now, me and Eric were thinking about doing our own Dynasty draft without Brian and RJ.
I think that's fair.
Because I think they've had their fair shares of dynastying.
Yeah, they wrote the manual. Right?
That's
not fair.
Exactly. They wrote the book, and now we have the book.
Yes.
We know what to do with that book, and we're never giving it back.
No.
We know their strategy, and it's never going to happen again.
That's it.
You hear that? Never going to happen again.
We got the Krabby Patty formula. All right.
That Krabby.
It's going down.
But what's funny is that I think it was the 15th round.
Yep.
Josh comes out and says something along the lines of, guys, do you know who you guys are dealing with? Brian and RJ, if you listen to the Commish podcast about Chris's summary about them, you know what you're in for. Josh, now you say this.
Yeah.
Now you say this after there's blood everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And people are wounded. There's no medics anywhere. People don't know how to bandage themselves, a.k.a. Desmond. He doesn't know how to get out from underneath himself.
Yeah.
Now he starts to say this in the 15th round when RJ and Brian have, let's say, 10 rookie picks in the first and second round and pretty solid vets, right?
They have a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So we just wanted to give you guys a good update. It was kind of funny watching Desmond kind of sink, but yet also bring himself back to life a little bit.
I mean, it took me to the 9th round, but it took me forever to get there. But
I think you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
So, but you have this team for the rest of your life.
I do. So I mean,
you got.
Hey, I got some cap for the future. 2022 is very bright.
Exactly.
It's very bright.
2022 is something to look forward to.
It's very bright.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right, guys. For those of you who do not know who we are, go check us out at www.thecommishbrand.com. Go subscribe to the newsletter. You guys can go listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and go check out our cool merch. We got a couple cool shirts, a couple cool hats, and make sure to write a review. Thanks, guys.